Shalom.
Hello, I'm Master Kobi. I had the privilege of being a direct student of the creator of Krav Maga, Imi Lichtenfeld, the man who created Krav Maga and transmitted it as a legacy to future generations. I started training at the age of 3. I basically learned to walk and to do Krav Maga at the same time. I introduced Krav in Latin America and specifically in Brazil in 1990. I was one of the first Imi's black belts who left Israel to spread the Krav Maga in the world. Later, in 1993, I created the Brazilian Association of Krav Maga and the South American Federation of Krav Maga in 2000. The aim is to create new instructors with great care and responsibility, always looking for the quality of teaching in the training, in the way the instructor transmits the style, to preserve the Krav Maga we will teach to the coming generations. Our desire is that the same Krav Maga created and transmitted to me by Imi, its essence, is transmitted to these generations. As I said, Krav Maga was created by Imi Lichtenfeld, born at the beginning of the last century, in 1910 in Budapest. He grew up in Bratislava, and in 1940 he emigrated to Israel. Finally, after a difficult ordeal, he got permission to enter Israel in 1942. There, he was recruited to train the Haganah group, one of the 3 groups fighting for independence of the State of Israel. He prepared the local population to protect themselves from the violence that surrounded them. With the creation of the State of Israel, Krav Maga was reviewed and validated, and adopted as the only technique of self-defense and close combat of the Israel Defense Forces. This remains today as the only technique taught to the whole system of Israeli national security. The reason for this choice lies in the simplicity of its techniques, since any person, regardless of sex, age or physical condition, and in every sort of time, can get excellent results, and the ability to defend himself in real situations. This is an extremely objective technique, focused on vital points of the aggressor's body, thus eliminating the need to use brute force. In this way, a smaller or weaker person will get to beat a stronger adversary, even in complicated situations. It is also a fast technique, which can solve any situation as quickly and safely as possible for those who need defending. For each type of aggression, in Krav Maga we have several possibilities of defense. The reason is to give the person who needs to defend himself the possibility to choose the movement which is most natural and simple to him. It is not a technique that was learned, because certain exercises are good for some people and others for other people. In Krav Maga you will have all the objective possibilities, fast and simple, to act in any situation, those which are more natural to you, and faster. The aims of our techniques will always be the most sensitive points of the aggressor, through simple and fast actions. In this video, we will show the most common situations of aggression in the daily life of the street. We will also see other, more dangerous cases, such as defense against attack with stick, threat or attack with knife, gun, and finally with rifle for the military. What we have just seen was an instinctive defense inwards against a boxing punch. It is a natural movement. My hands are up to the eye level, and when he throws his fist, I divert it a bit. With the base of the palm of my hand, I divert his blow inwards and simultaneously I counterattack. This is a movement. Like this. It's very important to link the defense and the attack simultaneously. Like this, we will prevent the attacker from throwing another blow. With my fist, counterattack, the aggressor will move from attack position to the position for receiving a blow. If with my first blow I can solve the problem, it will be okay. If not, I continue throwing punches one after another. The important thing is to make a quick movement with the arm, from the palm to the elbow. If his blow is lower, I will also get to divert it. With my arm, I don't stop nor push his fist. I just divert it explosively. Another situation of attack with boxing punch. I'm talking to someone and the aggression comes from the side. One of the things that are work in Krav Maga is the peripheral vision, getting to see the maximum of space around us, and knowing everything that happens. It's something we train a lot in class. To defend oneself against an aggression, we need to see it or feel it. It's like the situation in which I am now, talking to you, and I am attacked on the side. I don't have time to turn and look at him. I find the aggression, I turn around and I attack. My position is relaxed. I am here speaking. A natural movement will be to cover myself like this. But if I turn around from here and I divert his fist with my movement, I can beat him now. It's not a defense, and then an attack. It's a simultaneous attack and defense. For the defense against kicks, we follow the same principles. The same diversion of hand we did against fist attacks, we will use it against kicks to divert his leg. Like this, I am deviating it. I will always link my defense with my attack. While diverting, I hit him with a kick to the crotch, like this. Then I can grab him by the eyes or continue to strike, to knock him down without having any further risk. We will now see another situation of defense against a kick. My reaction is somewhat different now. In this situation, I am starting from a mixed base position. I keep this hand up to defend against high blows, and the other hand down to defend against blows to the lower area. With the forearm of my low hand, I divert his kick with a thrust movement, and at the same time I beat him with my other hand. I divert and hit simultaneously. I can also come even closer to him and grab his leg like this, and lifting him to knock him down. If necessary, I can continue to hit him. We will now study a situation of defense against circular kick to the upper body. Here again, we will use the high base position. We put down the hand which is closest to the aggression, lowering the body. We take the other hand to the shoulder to protect the head. defending with the biceps. While lowering the arm, I step forward and take my other hand to the front to block his knee. Like this, I control his leg to knock him down. I take a hand down, I bring the other closer and I approach to block his movement. I grab his leg. I lift the opponent and I knock him down. If once he has been overthrown, the danger still exists, I can hit him with my knee in the crotch, advance and keep beating him, and continue to the control position. With one leg, I control his body, and with the other, his head. Now let's see other type of situations, in which we are attacked not only with hand and leg blows. It is about ties. Someone grabs by me the neck on one side to choke us. What has happened? Someone grabs my neck from the side. I turn on my chin to the aggressor. I take my right hand up and place it near his head, and with my other hand I grab his crotch. I hold tight. With my right hand I hold up at the eye level and I push back. With the other hand I pull forward, and I push with my body to knock him down. I don't lift him and throw him backwards, but I knock him down his position. Again, we assure our head and we hit at the same time with both hands to knock him down. Here is another situation. Someone comes from behind and grabs us by the shoulder to turn us and beat our face, or our eyes with his fist. When we feel his hand on our shoulder, we should not put up any. We allow to be moved back, and at the same time we put the grabbed arm toward his head. With the other hand, with which we protect our face, we hit his face. At the same time we protect ourselves with our forearm against his arm, and we attack his face with a punch. If he grabs us with his other hand, we make the same movement. I put my arm up, I turn, and I beat. It's the same movement, I put the arm grab and I attack. If he throws a punch at me, I put my arm up and I fall on him. Defense, and if he does this, I throw a kick. Now we will see situations with weapons. The first one will be the defense against attack with a stick. What has happened? I didn't block the movement of the stick. On the contrary, I facilitated its trajectory. When he throws the blow, the end of the stick is at the top. I don't do my defense here, but I approach. I take a step forward, cutting his attack and preventing the impact on my body with the stick. At the same time, I go forward. I hit his face with my fist. I need to keep my head buried and advance like this. I hit to the front while entering. I hit to the front while going forward. Now I reach his shoulder and I hit with my knee on his genital area. If danger no longer exists, I step back. I disarm him and I threaten him with a stick. We will now see a defense against a knife attack. In Krav Maga, we divide the work into 3 distances. The long distance, when the attack begins at a distance equivalent or longer than 1 leg. The half distance, when the attack takes place at an arm's length. At the short distance, which corresponds to the distance from the shoulder to the elbow. We will see now a knife attack from half distance. It is the most common situation, because of the short time when I can detect the aggression. For this situation, we must know some things beforehand. When the aggressor attacks like this, he will be blocked. Then he will take his hand away to strike again. We must consider that possibility from the beginning. He attacks, I block his movement and I counterattack. But I don't block him here. I block entering and hitting, supporting with my body to keep the knife away. Now in this position, he doesn't put up a resistance, and I grab his hand tight. I stretch my arm to keep the knife away from my vital areas. Now I throw several knee blows to his genitals to reduce his resistance. I bring his arm up here. I twist his wrist and I pull the knife to disarm him. Let's repeat it. I block entering with my body and striking with the other hand. I support with my whole body, pushing and hitting. I grab his arm, hand, his shoulder and knee blows to the genitals. Another option to disarm him is grabbing the knife on the top and turning his arm over, and from this moment, taking the knife away from him. Now I can kick. Put the knife inside his elbow and push up to knock him down. Now I can immobilize him on the ground. Let's see an important detail. Our initial movement of defense must be at 90 degrees of his movement of attack, so the knife won't reach me and I will be able to counterattack beating him. Let's see a case of threat with a knife. What has happened? At the same time, I take the knife away from my neck, pushing the knife down and putting my chin in. I turn my hips and I hit his crotch repeatedly. I grab his armed hand, I turn outward, and I kick his crotch. Disarmament movement. And now I have the control. Again. Let's see a situation in which someone threats me on one side by putting a gun on my temple. What has happened? I have a gun aiming at my temple. I must turn my head quickly in the opposite direction and move my back to the attacker, like this. At the same time, I put this hand up and I grab the body of the weapon. Immediately, I hit him with my fist on his face, keeping the barrel of the weapon at 60 degrees down, so that a stray bullet can't cause damage. We hit repeatedly with our fist on his face, and then we take his hand down to fix the grip of the weapon. We twist his hand a quarter of a turn, we turn the gun, and we disarm. We always go back 2 or 3 steps backwards to prevent the enemy from catching or counter-attacking us. We have the weapon, we can use it to aim at him, hit him with the butt, or any other option. Let's see another situation. For all the threats, we use the same philosophy, keeping the danger away, the weapon of our body, and taking the body away from the front part of the weapon. Here, I turn my body through a movement toward my shoulder opposite to the gun, opening a little the hand in this way. I turn my body like this, and with my arm, I put the weapon away. I make the 2 movements at the same time, and I approach the aggressor. I approach his body. I don't turn. I keep the position because he could take his weapon away. I turn and I walk in his direction. I grab his arm and I take it closer to my body, and simultaneously I hit on his face with my elbow. I turn, an elbow blow. While I turn, I move forward. I hit with my elbow, and I throw several knee blows to his genitals. Now I can disarm him, hit him, and walking away. A more complicated situation against a machine gun. It's the same principle. I turn my body to go away from the cannon, I divert the weapon, counterattack, I hit, I disarm, and continue to hit him with the weapon until I control the situation. A different situation. I have a rifle, and he attacks me with a knife. In training with Imi, we always hear the sentence, do what you can, but do it safe. Do the best you can do. I hope through this video I have been able to transmit you a part of Krav Maga philosophy. I hope you can see that for very complicated situations, there are also some answers. I want to thank you for watching this work. The important thing is that everyone has learned something to improve your self-confidence and your ability to survive. Thank you.